Why self-employed estate agency isn't for everyone. Today, I'm joined by Gareth Yates, who is a self-employed estate agent with EXP, who isn't nowadays. Gareth, why isn't self-employed estate agency for everyone?
It's not for everyone. Despite what people will tell you, not every estate agent or every lister makes a great estate agent. There are a lot of estate agents out there that are segmented workplaces. You list properties, you sell properties, you deal with sales progression. Just because you're masterful at one doesn't mean you can be masterful at all. And to be self-employed, you need to have a hat for each of those. Not everyone can do it.
I think there's another one.
Go on.
Business generation.
Yes, yeah.
Which one of those do you think is what most self-employed estate agents are rubbish at?
It would be the self-generation of leads, valuations, instructions.
Why, is it interesting? Because I've done a kind of, me, I'm into my stats, and I find it fascinating. I don't know if you believe in the 80-20 rule, but even in certain large self-employed estate agency models, I would hazard a guess that probably 20-30%, 70 to 80% of the income comes from probably 20 or 30% of the people.
And I think you're probably spot on there, but it's the same across a lot of large businesses. I think when you look at lead generation...
Do you think that's the reason why?
Yes, to a degree, but that comes from a business mindset as well. I think if people are working too much in the business and not on the business, they forget lead generation. They don't focus on what's important, and that's why not everyone can be self-employed. You've got to have that business mindset.
Can you learn that?
To a degree, yes, the same way that you can learn estate agency. However, if you have to learn it, maybe now isn't the time to become self-employed.
Yes, but throwing yourself in at the deep end, you'll soon know if you swim or not.
But can you and your family financially survive if you were to do that?
I mean, what sort of money do you think someone should be putting aside to protect themselves?
I think each person's circumstances are different. I personally would suggest around £20,000.
That's a lot of money to save in this type of market.
It is indeed, it is. And that's why I think people would be taking a risk and not being able to go full force if they've only got £2,000-3,000 behind them. They're not going to be able to do the same lead generation as someone with more reserves.
Okay, so you said why isn't self-employed for everyone? Do you think it really comes down to the fact is that most people are not very good at business generation?
Yes.
I know you said the business mindset, but when it actually comes down to actions.
Yeah, potentially.
Why?
Fear of failure, fear of rejection. Estate agents hate it.
Okay, but surely if you've got fear of failure, business generation should be at the top of the pile. I see it all the time. They're absolutely shit scared that they're failing, but they feel some kind of paralysed that they can't go out there and go and get the business.
Well, that's it, exactly. That fear of failure is why people don't send letters, why people won't pick up the phone and speak to a vendor. They'd rather send a text message or an email. You've got to be prepared to accept rejection at times, and you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea.
You see, there's an awful lot, especially in the corporates and the larger firms, there's a lot of segmentation between the valuer not doing the self-generation. Do you think that is detrimental to the industry and to people wanting to become self-employed?
100%. How many times do you hear valuers say, that was just a remortgage lead, that valuation was no value whatsoever? Well, if they'd realised the man hours into going into generating that, or the cost into going into generating that, they would treat that like gold.
Have you seen that? Has your mindset changed since I've just got another val?
No, it's absolutely crazy. I now celebrate people picking up the phone and ringing me, and I've got their data. The moment I've got their data, I can nurture that to the point of bringing it to the market.
And what are you doing to nurture them?
So it's constant contact, and it's not trying to sell yourself. It's making sure the services and information you're giving is applicable to the person that you're speaking to.
Is it successful or is it hard work?
Yeah, it's hard work. It is hard work, but success doesn't come without hard work.
What would your message be to anyone who's thinking of going down the self-employed route?
Make sure you have a strong network behind you, and make sure you are able to spend the time and focus on getting people to be attracted to you.
Thank you for your time today, Gareth.
Thank you.